Hello viewers, my name is Lois. You are most welcome to this channel. In this channel, I talk about how you can make money online through affiliate marketing and motivational stories. Thank you for watching this channel. Please subscribe. If you feel that these topics are of interest to you, please subscribe to this channel so that next time when I upload a new video, you are the first to be notified. Thank you so much. Also share this video with someone out there who you feel can benefit from these stories, and also give me a like if you like what I'm talking about. Below the comment section, please give a comment, ask any question that you feel like, so that I can get back to you with your answer. Thank you so much. Come back next time. Now today I'm here to talk to you about courage. How I took the step to where I am today. How I attained the courage to step up and be here today. For some of you who have been here before, you must have heard my story where I told you how I used to be a banker. I loved my job so much, and most of you out there know how being a banker is so nice, how so interesting. People admire you, you admire yourself, you love your job so much. And it never occurred to me that one time I will have to voluntarily quit my bank job. So how did it happen? This is what happened. Please stay around and please remember to subscribe, give me a like, comment below, and also share this video with all your friends. You never know, the video can inspire someone out there. Now, how did I take the courage to leave the bank? I worked in the bank for close to 8 years, and then one day out of nowhere, my child fell sick. I had two children by then, and then the youngest of the two children, who was about 1 year old, woke up sick. Then we went to hospital, and from the hospital, the doctor told me that the child had a condition that actually required my continuous presence. The child's condition needed that I be personally available for the child. And then at first I didn't take it as something so challenging, because I had medical insurance. I knew I could go to hospital anytime there would be need. So slowly by slowly, it so happened that I always had to be off from duty, because this child started falling sick almost consistently. Wouldn't take more than a month without going to hospital. And whenever I would go to hospital, I would be required to sleep there, to stay there for at least 5 days. And this is where the biggest challenge came in, because in the office, I needed to be present on a daily basis. That is from 6 days a week. Out of the 7 days in a week, I was required to work for 7 days. But then, most of the time during these 6 days, I was off in the hospital with this sick child. Now, at the time, the challenge was not so big, because my supervisor at the time was a mother like me, and she always would give me permission whenever there was need to go out and take this child to hospital, and also go back for reviews whenever there was need. So the challenge was not so big. Then one time I was transferred from that branch to a new duty station, whereby the line manager, my branch manager at the time, was a gentleman, and the situation changed completely. He actually could not understand why I had to be away all the time with this child. So whenever I would ask for permission, like maybe when the child has got an attack, he would actually tell me to ask the child's father to take the child to hospital, and that why was it always me, the one taking the child to hospital, as if the father wasn't there. And at that time, the father of these children was working in a different district, so I was also living in a different district, a different town with these children. So uh, my life in the bank became so difficult. So I started seeing as if this job was a burden to me, because I would be in the office and then I would receive a call that your child is sick and therefore you're required to take the child to hospital. And then when I would go to the supervisor to ask for permission, he would simply brush me off. He would tell me, call the child's father. So one time, and this went on for close to 2 years, I started getting bad reviews from the manager. Most of the time I was writing complaint letters to the headquarters about how I was on and off, how I was not efficient enough, giving bad reports generally about my presence in the office. So slowly by slowly, I realized that I had to take a decision. So one time, this child was admitted in hospital, and he actually refused me to go and and see the child. And the child's father came from the other district and came and slept with this child in the hospital. Spent 5 days in hospital with this child. And where I was, I would come back in the night at around 9 o'clock. I also had now a third child by then, who was a baby. And I would just bypass the hospital and leave the dad with a sick girl in hospital, that second child of mine, and go straight home. Then very early in the morning, I still bypass the hospital and go back to work. So this happened for 5 days. And then that is when I had to take a decision. It was a difficult one because I really needed my job. I needed the finances, but I had to make a choice. So I tried to ask for a transfer from that duty station, but the transfer delayed. The pressure on the health of the child, the pressure on the child's health was too much on me at that time. So I had no choice but to decide to quit. So I sat down one evening and wrote down the exit letter. And by then we were required to give 1 month notice to the bank before you quit. So after I wrote down that 1 month notice, the 1 month that I had to wait to finally leave the bank was hell for me. My manager made me go through living hell. He actually kept asking me why the bank had to continue paying me when I'm not efficient enough. So practically he had not looked at my situation, he didn't understand me at all, and so I let go. So one time, eventually I left the bank. But I remember before leaving the bank, in the bank when you're leaving, you are required to clear with all the departments to show that you have clean hands uh, away from the bank. So one of these department heads who was clearing one of my documents actually asked me why I was leaving the job, and I explained to him the whole story, and he actually looked at me and he thanked me so much for taking that bold step, and he also told me his story of how he regrets having lost his last born child in the same situation, because he chose to remain employed, and in the process his child had to pass on. He narrated the story that the child, they called him, the mother of the child called him, telling him that the child is sick, and at the same time he was needed in the office. So he decided to first go to the office and finish with the office duty before coming back home. But by the time he came back home, the child was already dead. So he told me that he will never forget that incident. He regrets that incident for the rest of his life. So he thanked me so much for the bold step that I had taken in order to save the life of this child. So I want to encourage you out there that if you are in the same situation, you are forced to choose between two important things in your life, please choose something that you feel that will set your heart free, something you feel your heart needs to do. The rest will come in place. So I came back home, but I was satisfied with the decision that I had taken because I was now close to my child and I knew I could take care of my child completely. So while at home, I started looking for how I can make an income also while at home. And yeah, my mind was free, I was with my child, and eventually I found out about this that I am doing today. So I want to encourage you out there that please don't give up. Just take the courage, follow your heart, and do what your heart feels is right, so that you do not have to regret later. Thank you so much for watching. I do not want to take much of your time because I have talked a lot already. But please subscribe to this channel, uh, give me a like, comment below, ask anything you'd like to ask. This channel I will be telling you stories like these ones about how you can get out of that situation and make the best out of it. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye.